Over the last 100 years, cutting corners has become a way of life. Quality has gone out of the clothes we wear, the very foods we eat. People have reluctantly accepted good enough. At Boar's Head, our family has never gone along with this. For 5 generations, we've had an unwavering commitment to quality. Premium delicatessen products made with exceptional ingredients, time-honored recipes, and hand-trimmed the old-fashioned way. You see, for us at Boar's Head, good enough never has been, nor ever will be, good enough.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio in high fidelity.
Goldilocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Enjoy this presentation of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, depending on where you're at. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's another edition of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show. We're in the beautiful area of the West Coast, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, and the weather is gorgeous today, thank God, and it shows by the traffic to the beach, morning, noon, and night. So we're happy for them all. I hope they enjoy it, and everybody's doing really, really good right now, so that's a plus. Still in Mercury retrograde. I want to get into that with our co-host, co-guest today and talk about retrograde a little bit. Certainly it's always interesting to me. A lot of good stuff coming up. Tomorrow is the release of our new audio MP3. We've nicknamed it The Good Good. So it's really for breaking out of the negative and really invigorating the positive, making the most out of spring, and of course moving forward with your life. And so it deletes out a lot of different things. It's a 30-minute, just over 30-minute audio MP3, and that launches tomorrow. So look for that. If you're not already on our weekly email address, we send out one email every week, and you'll want to email us at info@jimmymackhealing.com. And definitely get on the list because there's a lot of good stuff on there. It's all free, audios, videos, affirmations, inspiration, even some comics. So well worth our time. And hope everybody's doing good. We're happy to be with you this Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. We're here every Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, so by all means tune in. The number to call to get on the show is 713-955-0594, and you're going to want to press 1 to get on live and ask some questions. Again, the number is 713-955-0594. So excited about today's show. My guest is Nancy Byrne. She is a motivational speaker, available for life coaching sessions, of course, too. And she's a spiritual reader and channeler for the prestigious American Association of Psychics. She graduated from the Aspen Program for Spiritual Development with certification in Spiritual Development, Mediumship, Medical Intuition. That's my stuff. I love it. Reiki Master teacher, and she's an astrologer. Nancy believes that everyone possesses innate spiritual abilities, messages from the soul, which can improve the quality of life by providing guidance, keeping them safe, and helping to make the best decisions or choices as they navigate through this life. More information can be found at www.choices, that's CHOICES-NLB.com. Welcome to the show. How are you today, Nance?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you, Jimmy?
I'm doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me on. I got a kick out of your picture, and I have to ask, I love Rottweilers and Dobermans. There's something about the weird color combination of the browns and the blacks. So you had, I think it was a picture of a Doberman. I thought that was gorgeous.
Yes, that was my Samantha. She was just really precious to me. I used to, in Colorado, I used to breed Doberman, and so I just fell in love with them. I would never have it. I mean, I love all animals, but they're very special to me. They're kind of Velcro dogs, you know?
Yeah, I love them. And a lot of times they think they're lap dogs, and they're huge. They want to sit in your lap and retrieve the tennis ball until you're exhausted throwing it, and they're just like little tiny kids. They're quite funny, so I love that.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Nice. Well, you and I have a plethora of things we could talk about all day, so I love that. Starting with, what is your slant on the Mercury Grade S show that's going on right now? Good heavens.
You know, I really, when I do astrology, I focus on the natal chart and also the North Node, because it's what your soul chose to, the lessons you needed to learn. But when I was studying astrology, I worked with two really neat teachers, and they both said that the retrograde, we always say, it's a time to go within and personalize everything. It's a time for introspection, not to be fearful of it, not to think everything's going to, blow up in your face and you have to be really leery. It's just a time to just take things and personalize them more, to look at yourself. And it seems like we've had quite a few Mercury retrogrades, and so I'm thinking that maybe we all need to just spend a little more time, instead of looking outward, going within and finding out what's going on within ourselves. Yeah,
no doubt about that. Very, very true. Tell folks what you really like to do. I mean, it's a lot of different things. I know you're like me, you do a little bit of everything. What have you seen in your practice recently as far as maybe coaching sessions or, intuitive readings, that sort of thing? I know it runs from, one week I'll have nothing but cancer folks, and the next week it's all relationships. I'm sure you can relate to that.
That is exactly. It's so weird. I'll have people that just want to know about, their love affairs and things like that, and then I'll have this whole influx of people that are looking for jobs, and then I'll have a whole bunch of people, and it always seems to, I feel like sometimes maybe it's just whatever I'm going through, and so I attract the people that are looking at the same, issues.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. And
it is, isn't it?
I know. But, I am finding out that, and I think it's really true in psychology too, is that the things you see in others are the things you really need to look at in yourself. And so I think that when you do readings and people are so confused or they're focused on something, I get so many people that they insist that this one person is just perfect for them. They just know. They've never felt this way about anybody else. And they're manifesting. They're looking at this dream and they want it to come true. It's not even the person that they,
right.
They're totally misjudged or understood the person, but they want something so desperately. And Spirit just says if they could just hold off, just even like a month or something, the right person will come right around the corner. But we're very impatient and we want what we want now.
Right.
And sometimes we settle for what's not really right for us and miss an opportunity to have the perfect thing in our lives. And since I have a tendency to be impatient, I'm thinking that maybe that message is for me too.
Right, for all of us. Hey, 727's our first caller. Hi, Sarah. You have a question for Nancy?
Hi, I missed the very beginning, but what does Spirit say for me today? I just came off like a wonderful vacation. I feel like things are actually starting to go more in my favor, and I just wanted to see what shows up.
Well, Sarah, I think you just need to keep that positive attitude, because whatever you're thinking and whatever you're putting your energy towards is what you're going to get. It's what you're going to manifest in your life. So, when we focus on the negative, that's what we find, and that's what we end up getting. So if you're in a good mood and you're feeling like everything's changing around, just keep focusing on that and don't let anything interfere with those positive thoughts.
Yeah, like thoughts become things, choose the good ones.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's your life. You are in charge of creating your own destiny, so just create a really good one.
Awesome.
Love it. How are you?
Working on it. I'm doing great. I had the best vacation in Colorado. The kids had a great time. It was meaningful. It was beautiful. It was great. Like it was better than I thought it would be. I always like or better, and it was definitely or better. And I do have to do a deposition next week, and either next week or the week after for my ex-boyfriend's situation, but I feel like whatever, that's coming to an end. Like, I don't think they're going to need me for trial if I go give a deposition, so I can go get that off my plate so I can move forward, you know.
That's
so
how
I feel
it feels.
Like things are coming and going, you know.
Yeah, when you say that, I don't get that it's, you know, you're going to have any part of trial. It's like, who goes to trial anymore on family law stuff? Good luck with that.
Well, people do, so.
Our thoughts and prayers are with you, honey, no doubt. Keep me posted, okay?
Since I made that, since everything, I'm physically feeling better too, which is awesome. That's huge for me.
Good.
Like,
good.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for all you do, Jimmy. You've gotten me where I am, so thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'm honored to be able to even do that. That's a dream. Fantastic. Have a great day. 727 is our next caller. Hey, it's Reverend Debbie. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
You have a question for Nancy?
Well, actually, I'm here with my friend Mary Ann, and she's the one with the question.
Okay.
And what's your question, Mary Ann? What do you want to know?
I want to help everybody.
And what question did you want an answer for?
You know, not to, like, you know, like when you're in the TV.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Oh, she says that when the TV is on, it hurts her head. It gives her headaches. She doesn't know why.
Wow.
There is so much negativity in TV and sensationalism, and you know, whatever you open yourself up to is what's going to come into your spirit. And so if it really is bothering you, maybe that's just a sign that, you know, spend so much time focused on the outward instead of the inward. And I know that if I watch my husband likes to watch, you know, kind of the Blacklist and stuff like that. If I watch it, I can't sleep. I have nightmares, and I mean, literally, I wake up depressed the next morning. So especially before you go to bed, I would suggest that you just do not watch TV because you take it into your soul. And or if you did, watch something cheerful and happy and uplifting and see if it changes the whole thing.
All right. Thank you.
Love it. Well said.
Thank
you.
It
feels like an electromagnetic thing, too, by the way. You know, the smart TVs Reverend Tiffany's reminding me of, they put out way more EMF than the regular TVs ever did. So they're very thinner TVs. Yeah, there's a lot more waves coming out that are negative. So I feel like that's a part of it, too. Without question, though, I think Nancy's spot on. It's what is she watching, too, right?
Yeah. Old movies.
Old movies. Stuff from the past. Yeah, digging up stuff from the past, drama, that sort of thing. Definitely makes a difference in how it goes. So, yeah. We appreciate it. You're doing okay? Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for calling in. Well, happy to hear your voice. You bet. Well, you too, honey. Thanks for calling.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
You are so
Nancy,
good with your listeners. I just love that.
Thank you. That brings up a great point, like you're saying about your husband too. I mean, sometimes we have a taste for the darker stuff, or find it interesting, or old movies, or whatever. You know, it just depends on what you're watching, I think, too. So, and what you're capable of dealing with without letting it take you on. I tell all my folks, I wouldn't dare go see any of the horror movies at the movie theaters. You will get so entrained for almost an hour and a half, 2 hours of solid, horrible stuff, and the bloody hands coming up underneath the wood floor and whatever. And, you're going to go home and you're going to be scared of shadows and have road rage and everything else, be scared to death. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree. I watched this movie. It was called, I believe it was Hours, and it was about 3 writers, and they were all suicidal. And I didn't. We just got it on Netflix, and we have this movie night where my husband and I sit on the bed because the TV's in the spare bedroom, and our Doberman sits in the middle of us. We get her little bowl of ice cream, and we have our Haagen-Dazs. And so it was a movie night, and Tabitha was all excited about watching TV, and Phil was ready to go, and so we watched it, and it was awful. I have never felt suicidal in my life, but I was having
Don't see in that.
Oh gosh, so it was just we really do let things in, and it's our body. We decide what comes in and what stays out. We get to make those decisions. And if we open up the door, then we get what we open up the door to. So we have to be really careful and guard our souls and in our bodies. It's the most precious gift we could ever be given. I mean, this gift of life is so amazing. And we have everything we need. We've been given, the keys to the kingdom, literally. It's like somebody gave us a check for $1 million, but you know what? You have to go to the bank and cash that check, or put it in the bank or do something with it. But we all have everything we need, and it's so hard sometimes. I mean, we get so caught up in the, I'm not making enough money, or I'm not as pretty, I'm not as intelligent, I don't have the qualifications. You have everything. You really have everything you need.
Well said. Yeah. Boy, that's true. And, raising your hands, no doubt. Folks, if you're calling in at 713-955-0594, definitely want to press 1 and ask a question. 747 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Jimmy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm so happy that you replied on your post on Facebook and mentioned my name, so I didn't miss this call. I'm very grateful.
Oh, I just now recognize your voice. I always go on tonality. That's awesome. You have a question for Nancy?
Actually, I love everything what Nancy brought up and shared with us. Thank you very much. I actually wanted also to ask how is Granny Ruth doing?
Oh, Granny's doing good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, my mother, Nancy, will be 90 Christmas Day. A couple weeks ago. Yeah, she's a character. And a couple of weeks back, she was dancing and carrying on, and then a couple of days went by, and she fell down and broke her hip. So at 89, they really go fast anymore, and they hurried up and did a hip replacement. And so I, of course, worked on that energetically, prayer-wise. The wild part of my practice and what I do is you actually want the body to accept that implant, and the implant to accept that body. So it's incredible how many, the Teflon, the titanium screws, the silicone, the whatever else is in there, all the different form materials. So she's recovering nicely and up and walking around, and, she's a pistol, that. So hopefully she'll be dancing soon.
Yep.
Yeah. So thanks for asking, honey. How is your man, too?
Well, we're doing great. We are right now in Delaware, and guess what? How did I get so lucky, seriously, to have you today on the call? I actually just had a procedure on my varicose veins today, this morning, and and then I saw your reply when I got home from doctor's office. That's just amazing. Secondly, at the end of this week, we will be in Florida, but in a different coast to Florida for Jerry's interview, and I was hoping maybe we can contribute to that situation and, send him love and luck and all stuff with jellyfish. And
yeah, absolutely. It tests really strong. Nancy'd be more on point with that than I would as far as astrology goes, but retrograde's not the best generally for starting stuff, but it's certainly great to complete things, I think, that you started outside of retrograde. So it tests really strong whatever's going on the East Coast if he can interview over there, honey. But I'll be glad to talk to y'all off the air and schedule some time to change it for you or make it better.
Thank you. We were actually excited to find this opportunity too in Florida because we were still hoping to become a snowbird, so that would be good.
Right.
Yeah, and but there is the field where he is working on, and you know that it's pretty specific. So not all states would have same position for him because he was actually running those projects, and sometimes they are available in different states around country. But of course, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. So. This position is he's excited is about teaching, so he always was asking universe to teach. And I did not actually know that Nancy is doing astrology, and I missed that information, or it's good to know. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for calling in, honey.
Oh, absolutely. Miss you, Jimmy. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. You bet. Stay in touch. Nancy, tell folks how to get a hold of you. What's the website? And, you know, if they want to schedule a reading, that sort of thing, what's the best way to get a hold of you, love?
My webpage is www- oh my gosh, I forgot my webpage. I don't get on it that much. It's www.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
www.
Yeah, it's choices. Yeah, choices-nl.com.
NLB.com,
awesome.
Correct.
Yeah. What's the NLB stand for?
It's the initials of my name, Nancy Louise Byrne.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Yeah. That's the best way to reach me. And sometimes people just have just a simple question, or they just want, and I can, it shows up on my email, which is why I don't recognize my webpage that much. But if they send something on my webpage and send me a message or something, it'll show up on my email, and then I can respond to them. So it works
beautiful.
out pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been getting just a lot of, it's really neat. It's really gratifying when sometimes you're on a show or something, and then people call and tell you, that they really appreciated it, or that you touched their soul or did something. And I just think that when people make that effort and that attempt, that takes time out of their day just to tell you that you really, it's very important to respond to everybody that does that. Because I know sometimes I've read some amazing books and I've listen to speakers, but you don't take the time to let them know. And so now when I hear something that I really like, I'm making a point to let them know that I really enjoyed it, because it just encourages you to move forward, I think.
I agree. And I get people all the time, they might rave over this, that, or the other thing on maybe a session I might have with a caller, or Skype or Zoom or whatever, and they, had an experience, and I tell them, send it to me as a testimonial, and it's not for me. It's actually to inspire other folks to not give up hope and to realize, hey, if it worked for this person, I got a shot,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So I find we're all just encouraging each other without question,
And when I know that Spirit has told me all I can do is tell about my life's experiences. What works for me may not work for anybody else, and I don't feel like I'm an expert in any field. I'm just telling my story, and I feel that if it works for me, who has been one of the stubbornest persons on the face of the earth, it can work for anyone. I've never, every time Spirit wants me to do something, I've never wanted to do it. I've always thought I know better, or I want something different, or that's not the direction I want to go. But when you just let go and trust, oh my gosh, your life can be amazing.
And some days are easier than others to do that. 727, you're our next caller. Hi. I got a clue as to where you're calling from. What's your name?
Hi. Is it me? It's Pamela.
Hey, how are you? You got a 727 number.
Yeah, I still have a 727 number.
Awesome.
But I'm in.
You're calling from California. San Diego, gorgeous. Welcome to the
Actually,
show, love.
I'm sitting right by I'm on the cliff by the water. Is it like too noisy?
Oh, no. That's
no.
awesome.
Okay.
That energy, I love it. I love it.
I know, me too.
Yeah, Nancy's out that way too. Nancy, where are you from?
I am on Whidbey Island, which is the Seattle, Washington area. But it is really paradise here. And we just got back from San Diego, I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
Love it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Family, got a question for Nancy?
Yeah. Well, I've been here for about 4 months. I did a lot of traveling in California for like about a year and a half. And my son lives here, so I decided to settle here. And I've been working in the hospitality industry as a bartender. And my restaurant just closed recently, so I'm job hunting again. I've been a massage therapist for 17 years, and I just kind of feel like I just don't want to do it anymore, at least for right now. I'm also trained as a raw food chef, and I was working as a chef on a medical cannabis farm in Northern California and sleeping in a tent and having an outdoor kitchen, and I never felt so good in my entire life. Although finding a job like that is not so easy, and, you know, it's seasonal, and they actually cannot legally operate their farm anymore. So this is getting to be a long question, right?
Right.
So I like hospitality because I like to be able to interact with people. And massage kind of can get a little boring. That's how I'm feeling right now. Sometimes I guess I question it. I don't mind doing massage a little bit part-time, but I'm just looking for a job. So maybe I'm wanting to know, you know, is it in fact good to be in hospitality? Kind of my long-term plan is to do this for a while and potentially have my own small like coffee shop cafe where I can make healthy, yummy food that I love to share with people. But right now I'm trying to decide like where to put my focus in finding a job because I'm new to the area, so I'm not super familiar with all the multitude of restaurants that are there. Cafe Gratitude is one place which it has a whole great concept of, you know, how they treat their workers and clearing energy with each other every day before you start work. Steakhouses, I don't know. There's like so many places to explore, and it's a little daunting. And I just had a really bad experience at the place that I was working. So that's kind of where I am. I don't know if it's actually a well-formulated question, but
I know what you're trying to say. I think that you need something that's a little more, you know, you like to help people, and massage is really helps a lot of people. But you want something a little more, you know, satisfying and rewarding to you too while you help other people. And it sounds like you're just kind of upbeat and you need a little bit of excitement. You like the outdoors, and you need to, you know, I would write down like the top 5 things you want. When you put it on paper, it makes things a lot clearer. You know what you're looking for in a career or in a job. And if your goal is to have your own restaurant, I would definitely, you know, get into the hospitality business. I had a lady call me from Utah, and wanted a reading, and she just felt led to Whidbey Island and wanted to know if she should come here and you know, if she would be able to find a job. And she wanted to have her own store. And Whidbey Island is kind of, it's small. It's not that, you know, it's just we don't have any huge chains or anything on the island. I like that.
Yeah.
Spirit said that, you know, that she should come. and that she would have that she would have her own store, her own business in 6 months. And I was like, I don't know if I want to tell her that. What if I made a mistake? What if? And so she came.
I know where to find you.
she got this job just working part-time for this lady in this store, Wishes, and then pretty soon she was working more than part-time, and the lady kept asking her to do more and more, and then the lady said, you know what, my husband and I have been in this for so long, and we just really want to get out. Would you be interested in buying the store? So within actually 3 months, she had her own business. So, you know, if Spirit is putting something in your heart, no matter how far-fetched it may seem, I mean, if you really have that desire, you can do it. You just believe that you can, because I honestly and truly, maybe I'm naive, but I don't think anything is impossible. We can do anything, and we can have all of our dreams, and just Spirit wants to give you everything. So just go for it, but figure out what you want first. You know, make sure that when you go into a restaurant, you can't just say, okay, I don't know what I want, and they serve you. You have to know what you want and be very specific. So that's why write down what's really important to you.
Love it. Well said. Hey, I get all the bells and whistles too, Pamela, on the Gratitude Cafe place, so I'd definitely be looking at that. The happiest people I know, I have what my mother calls terribly wealthy clients and terribly famous, and they really do a little bit of everything. So, you know, you can do the Gratitude Cafe thing. Somebody wants you to be their home chef 3 days a week or whatever, and a massage here or there. Seasonal comes back around again to do the cannabis thing. It's whatever. So I feel like you're going to really be doing a little bit of everything. I stay out of holding my finger up and go, what's that one thing? It's not one thing. It's a little bit of all that. So, you know, that's going to give you the freedom that you're looking for, and also all the different choices and some more options. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Freedom is the key word, I think, in my life.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sitting here on the top of the ocean. Oh, I'll have to send you a picture.
Please do. We'll post it.
And it'll make your life will be more exciting, too, if you do a little bit of everything. And it'll give you, actually, more experience in a lot of different things.
Yeah, I like doing a combination of things. I just have felt like it's expensive down here too to live, so I want to have something that's, you know, kind of steady that I can count on, and then, you know, I can start to branch into the other aspects and, you know, meeting people, and because I like having my own private clients. I don't like to just post a random, you know, flyer and just, you know, expose myself to just anybody. I want, you know, just whatever. I
know what you're saying.
The right people that you come in contact with to be a client, and so I've been feeling like, you know, the steakhouses, because I've been kind of at, well, you can make the most money there, and but I don't know.
That's good for you too. That's good for you too. Yeah, that's good for you.
You know, it's to like to start building a foundation. I want to start saving money and have some of that stability, and then keep branching out. So there's just so many restaurants here that it's, you know, when I get online, sometimes those sites are inaccurate, because then I'll talk to the people and they're like, no, we aren't looking for anyone. So it's just, there's a million places out there, and there is something posted for Cafe Gratitude, so I'm hoping that it's truly available. So yeah.
Like it is. I believe it is. Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay.
I think that's something that...
I think you're going to be working, and somebody's going to come in and just really just be able to help you in some way to get your own whatever you want. It just seems like you're going to meet somebody who's going to just really admire what you do and just your energy and everything, and they're going to be able to, they're going to want to reach out a helping hand and help make your dreams come true.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like that about San Diego too, that I'm going to meet certain people here 'cause I was sleeping in a tent for a year and a half, and now I live in the city, and I have to pay for parking and look for parking. I'm going, it's just crazy. But I can also come right here to this spot where I meditate, which is a block from my house, and it's just all the sounds of nature and, sitting on this rock and hearing the waves, seeing the deep blue color of the water and the soft blue color of the sky and the white clouds and the crashing. It's just so magical. And
it is.
And 2 seconds away, then there's, a bunch of cars but yeah. Okay, yeah, that feels like
everything. Yeah, we're glad you called in, and we're thrilled you blasted in some Pacific Ocean air for the day. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe
do a little bit of all the.
One more little question.
Sure.
So, I'm working on the farm in flip-flops outside. It gets up to 110 degrees, 12, 14-hour days. I feel amazing. And lately my back has really been bothering me. I don't know if the place that I worked was very stressful, so I don't know if it's feeling stress or it just kind of blows my mind that I feel achy.
For me, back is either support or money. Yours isn't feeling unsupported. Yours is money. So it's like if you had a ton of money right now, that would be bothering you less. But if you want to stand up on the cliffs and not fall over, we'll work on you real quick.
Okay.
Awesome. So
I
just
got
think
the
of that
same thing.
spot. Yeah, you can put your hand on your low back real quick. We're going to find that weakness. It's going to pull you backwards. You'll feel it.
Okay.
Feels like a money weakness, and all I'm going to do is fish it in and bring in strength, and you'll feel the pull forward. You'll feel that shift.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I don't get it with the long hours. It's downright the money right now. That's just how it shows up. And most back, for me, back's bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, cartilage, fascia, joint. Yours is all joint pain. You show up good for, the magnesium lotion. That would be good. Lavender, non-lavender, test good. Dr. Teal's Epsom salts lotion, you can get that at any Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, wherever. And you test for counterclockwise. So if you can put that on there counterclockwise, that'd go a long way. And you don't test for heat, you test for cold. So I would be putting ice packs on it too. That'd go a long way to help you.
No. I know, I'm just, the Florida blood is still trying to get used to San Diego.
Right. The Pacific Ocean's cold, right. There you go.
All right.
Well,
I hear
appreciate you calling in, honey. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you both. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry, Judy?
Nancy.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice talking with you.
Nancy, okay.
Oh.
All right.
Thanks, honey.
Good luck.
Have a great day. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. Appreciate it. You too.
Bye-bye. Awesome.
Doesn't it sometimes still kind of blow you away when you just, when you just, in your mind, you just know everything that somebody needs? I mean, I still sometimes think, how could this happen?
Right? Yeah, I know. It's mystical, magical fun. My old joke is the two psychics meet in the middle of the road, and one says to the other, "You're fine, how am I?" So, yeah, often it's, we may not see that for ourselves or, whatever. You're watching the multiple suicide depressing movie, right? And it's like, if you told me the title and told me that, I'd be like, don't even watch it.
I know.
Give the devil ice cream. Watch something upbeat. But, we don't know, and so we go through it, and I think there's so many lessons in everything, you know what I mean? That's,
the thing is,
it's so mind-bending.
We're all connected. Of course we can, you know, we can connect with each other, and we're all, you know, we're all spirits. So we can just, it just, you know, when I first started doing this, I didn't understand how I could do a reading for somebody who lived quite on the other part of the world, and I could know everything about them, you know, but it's just, Spirit knows everything, and we're all connected, and we're all part of Spirit. So, of course, you know, and I think whenever anybody really has a question and they put it out to the universe, to the, you know, Almighty, whatever name we have for, you know, this magnificent force that lives in us, that, you know, it just, Spirit wants to give us the answers and really wants us to have happy, fulfilling, healthy lives, even more than we want it, and knows that we deserve it. We may not think we deserve it, or, you know, we kind of dwell on the past or think about, you know, our flaws, but you know what? We're perfect just the way we are. And that's another thing. We all want to change, and we all want to be better, and we just have to become who we are, who we really are, and realize who we are. And we don't have to change to please people, or we just have to really be who we are in the depths of our soul.
No doubt. No, that's a dream. Very much so. Tell folks how to get a hold of you, honey, definitely on the website, or if it's best for email, phone calls. What do you prefer? You like for things to come in through in writing?
Yes, I do. Well, I don't get really good cell coverage. We don't get really good cell coverage.
Oh, I see. The island. I got it.
So it's better if people could just with me through my web page, and you know, there's a spot where you just can send messages, or it comes in contact form or something, and I can respond on email. Or if you want me to call you on the phone, I can call you back. But as far as my cell, I get phone messages when I'm in town, not when I live in a forest. In an enchanted forest, I might add.
Love it. Right. So that's the choices-nlb.com is the best way to go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you know, Jimmy, there's a whole story behind this. I lived in Colorado all my life, and I loved it. I loved the mountain streams and hiking in the mountains. And when I wrote the book, I was seeing a massage therapist, and she invited me to come and visit her on Whidbey Island, and she'd have a book signing for me. I was so excited. Somebody was going to have a book signing for me. And so I asked my husband, and he said, sure, we could come. You know, we had the vacation time and everything. 3 days before we were supposed to come, she called and said she couldn't have the book signing. She was really sorry, but her husband was getting transferred and had to put the house up in Colorado for sale, and they were going to be moving here permanently. But she just loved my energy, and she really wanted it in her house. And she said she didn't have to be there, just come and visit and stay there, you know, in her house. And I'd go pick up the key, and she'd give me the combination. And I thought, I didn't know her well enough. I didn't want to be in her house without her. And I wanted to cancel. My husband, being very practical, said, Nancy, the tickets are non-refundable. So we came, and I was just miserable. First of all, I was terrified of water. I didn't even hear the word island when she was telling me that, because I was so focused on the book signing, which is exactly how Spirit got me here. And I just felt like I'd been betrayed by Spirit, because I was terrified of water. I thought, he's leading me to my greatest fear. This is how I'm going to die. Oh, my God. You know, we imagine all the worst. And when I got home, I was very upset. All I could think of was getting on that darn boat to get back to Colorado, to get home. And I wrote an automatic writing, and I said, you're Almighty God, you know everything. Why did you have Michelle invite me to go to Whidbey Island when you knew she wasn't going to have a book signing for me? And Spirit said, I had Michelle invite you to Whidbey Island because you're going to move there, and you're going to move there by the end of the summer. I thought, oh my God, bet me, there is no way I'm moving to that island. And Phil and I laughed about it, and Phil said, how could you have been wrong? You're always spot on. I was like, I don't know, maybe I was traumatized by, you know, being on the island. I have no idea. But then I started having all these dreams about the island, and I hadn't even paid much attention to it. I was so upset. And one of them was I was swimming on the ocean floor, kind of all along the ocean, and there was a little blowfish on my left, and there was a great white shark on my right, and I could breathe under the water, and it was the most amazing experience. I didn't want to wake up from that dream. It was so.
Wow.
I wrote another letter, and asked Spirit how I could have been wrong, and I thought he said he wanted me to move, and Spirit said, Nancy, as usual, you were spot on. Nancy, you still need to learn to let go and to trust, and you will flourish on the island, and our book will flourish, and I want you to be there by the end of the summer. So we moved. And I am so grateful. And Phil is so happy. He did not want to move. He's like, I'm not moving. But it's just every day we wake up and we're just like, oh, my God, could you believe we live in paradise?
Mm-hmm. Love that. No, that's a dream, honey. It's fantastic. Well, we're happy to have you. Yep. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the old joke is if you want to see God laugh, tell her your plan. So it's amazing the different changes we go through, the different things that happen, and what goes on with life in general. And so when things end up the way they do, we could never have expected it. And a lot of times it shows up. I always say to Spirit, show me and tell me beyond all knowing it could have only come from you. So, meaning I want it to be so mystical and magical and in my face that it was just definitely a sign from Spirit. So you know what I'm talking about. And really, really wild stuff. Awesome. Anything else you want to add? Yeah, please do before we wind it down, babe.
Spirit is not testing us. Almighty God already, knows what we are capable of and what we're not capable of. And it may not seem like this at the time, but I promise you, what you're really being given is an opportunity for personal growth and personal empowerment. When you're just terrified to do something, you think it's impossible, it's an obstacle, it's insurmountable, and you just take that leap of faith and you do it and you succeed, and you will succeed because Spirit does not want you to fail. He's not going to give you something that you're going to fail and feel like a failure about. Your confidence in yourself soars, and your confidence in Spirit and listening to Spirit just soars. So I just think that's so important. Sometimes you have to walk through the fire to get out of the fire, but you're not going to be burned.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, no doubt. And I needed to hear that message today. I know the listeners did too. And, often we need that encouragement. We all got to stick together. I don't know what the regular boring folks do. This is what you and I live and breathe and have our meaning in, and this is all we do. So it just makes it so much more of a mystical, magical life, right? So I'm happy we can all get together. Yeah, just that we can eat and pay the bills and have money left over doing what we love. How big a dream is that? That's coming to fruition, no doubt.
Yeah. All you need is enough. You don't need any more. The trees don't hoard water. That we just need enough to be happy, fulfilled, and help each other out.
No doubt. And you helped us today too. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Great.
Thank you, Jimmy, for having me. I really enjoyed it.
You bet. Thanks. Thanks, everybody, for being on the show today and calling in and listening. You can always listen to the replay, of course, on Blog Talk Radio, as well as iHeart and Spreaker, and wherever you can look up Jimmy Mack Healing Show, you will find it. And so stay tuned for next week as well. Every Tuesday, 12 noon here, live. We're going to put on a show for you. We love having callers, and we sure appreciate y'all being here. I want to wish everybody that your life will be the best of your life and to make progress every day. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.
Over the last 100 years, cutting corners has become a way of life. Quality has gone out of the clothes we wear, the very foods we eat. People have reluctantly accepted good enough. At Boar's Head, our family has never gone along with this. For 5 generations, we've had an unwavering commitment to quality. Premium delicatessen products made with exceptional ingredients, time-honored recipes, and hand-trimmed the old-fashioned way. You see, for us at Boar's Head, good enough never has been, nor ever will be, good enough. Over the last 100 years, cutting corners has become a way of life. Quality has gone out of the clothes we wear, the very foods we eat. People have reluctantly accepted good enough. At Boar's Head, our family has never gone along with this. For 5 generations, we've had an unwavering commitment to quality. Premium delicatessen products made with exceptional ingredients, time-honored recipes, and hand-trimmed the old-fashioned way. You see, for us at Boar's Head, good enough never has been, nor ever will be, good enough.